Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's Denver. Murray outside. In the corner, it's Brown. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old school energy to this matchup.
Off the inbound pass. Off the inbound, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Boy, Fox is so quick off the floor.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. The Spurs head coach and I got a chance to talk. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he dissects you with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's Murray following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Fox. It's stolen by Brown.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
The Nuggets shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight. Well, the Nuggets bet on the development of young Christian Brown, and Stan, he has rewarded their faith. He has developed so nicely.
Kevin, he certainly has. Probably has even exceeded what their expectations were for him. But he's a guy that is such a hard worker. He's smart, he's tough, and he's all about winning.
On the wing, Johnson. And another miss by Denver. Pass to Vassell. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Wembanyama outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For Murray. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
And now Wembanyama pushing it up with no one back to stop him.
He runs so well for his size. Wembanyama knows how to finish on the break.
Murray outside. On the wing, Johnson. Rebounded by Castle. Spurs leading by 5. Now Wembanyama. 5 points in the game. And here's Vassell from the arc. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, this is Vassell's game. He can do that all day.
Murray surveying the D. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Vassell inside the line. Nails the wide-open jump shot.
And Fox is a solid passer. Knows how to get the ball to his guys when they're ready to let it go.
To the inside. Here's Brown.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Back to Fox. to Champagny. The three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Brown with it, and it's Vassell picking him up. On the wing, Murray. Takes it inside. Good defense by Wembanyama.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Outside, Fox. Over Brown. And the shot is long.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, Gordon is known for his athleticism, and he loves rising up to throw it down.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And 1:01 left in the first. The kick out to Bryant. Back to Harper. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pocket 6. Pass to Cornette. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's Watson with the ball for Denver. Trailing by 4. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
The defense expects Hardaway to just rise and fire, but he can make plays off the bounce as well.
Barnes can't get it to go. In the corner, Hardaway with it. The tray. They grab their own miss. That evens the score.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance point.
And there's the drive. Trying to end the drought. Harper. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Spurs lead by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, guys. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Watson's shot is off. Down low, Harper. It's hauled in by Watson. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Out to Hardaway. Buries the long-range jumper. Hardaway has got the lead up to 3 now for the Nuggets.
Corner jumper right in Hardaway's wheelhouse.
Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Fox looking it over. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas may not have the quickest feet, but he uses his size well to block and deter shot attempts.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Out to the right wing. Back to Harper. And they get it. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Harper's got 5.
Still a developing part of Harper's game. When he's hitting from deep, Dillon is really tough to guard.
And Harper slams it in.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Pass to Hardaway. Back to Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill. And then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
That puts them in the lead. He's got 5.
And that quick shot by Fox is something you know he has worked on religiously. Nice finish.
Murray left side. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. San Antonio leading. Outside, Fox. Johnson in the corner. Barnes outside. Pass to Johnson. Back to Wembanyama. Fade away. It's hauled in by Brown. And so here's Denver. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
Harper in the corner. No good on the triple. Nuggets trail. To the middle. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
Hardaway with a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Well, that's where Johnson does most of his scoring. He's very effective down low.
Pass to Hardaway. Back to Murray. The kick out to Brown. And here's Watson. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And Hardaway gets it to go.
A go-to shot for Hardaway Jr. He can really hurt defenses from downtown.
On the wing, Fox. Over in the corner, Barnes. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. In the corner, Hardaway with it. And again, Denver with the triple.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops. I mean, he hit that shot from the next town over, Kev. What a shot.
This is his third trip to the free throw line.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
That one is off.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. It's been all about Tim Hardaway for the Denver Nuggets. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Spurs trailed by 3. Pass to Castle. Here's Champagny. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Craig with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award. The Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Vassell, no good. The Nuggets lead by 3. And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Murray. 7 points in the game. Back to Brown. Pass to Gordon. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Inside. It's stolen by Wembanyama.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Kevin?
Yeah, he's taken over. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Brown's shot is off. Outside, Fox. And the layup falls. Fox has got 7 points in the game.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
The contest plus the board. A full defensive possession from him. Great effort.
Releases. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Stan, you know, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It's tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive.
Here's Denver now. A 2-point game. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Good defense by Wembanyama. Offensive rebound. Pass to Champagny. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. To the inside. Here's Gordon. Pulls it up. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Takes it off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 4.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher.
Locking in.
So David Edelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. To end the cold streak, and the rejection by Wembanyama.
Yeah, staying involved. Valanciunas will get a chance at the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Second free throw, no good. And Mitch Johnson's now taking over full-time as head coach of the Spurs.
Well, look, Mitch Johnson's the son of an NBA player and a high-level point guard in college. He knows how to run a team and favors that pace and space style.
Count that one. Fox has got 9 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Screen by Jones. And stolen by Barnes. Castle, no one around him. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. And it's a 9-point Spurs lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Spurs?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Pass to Jones. Back guard away. And stolen by Vassell. The wide open look here for Fox. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Outside, Jones. Screen by Jones. 5 on the clock. To the middle. San Antonio with the rebound.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
And it's Vassell in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer. Vassell's got 8.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's San Antonio as they end the third. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Nuggets trail by 12. Murray outside. Into the lane. And it's Murray with the jam.
Guards like Murray, they are so good when they're attacking the rim.
Here's Fox with plenty of space. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Pass to Barnes. Jacks up a 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And here is Johnson. On the wing, Barnes. Drills the three-pointer. Barnes has got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs.
Typical selfless play from Johnson. A very team-oriented play.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see.
Yeah, get like that, yeah. fucking nice. Levels, you alright?